Yeah. It's senior, bitch. Yeah. Welcome. Let me do my thing. Let me talk my shit. Let me do my dance. Let me talk my shit. What's up? Yeah.
Yo, welcome to another exciting episode of Hashtag That's Your Best Friend. It's your boy Nick, aka the King. NML back at it again. And of course, I'm joined by a few good men and some special guests. I got my boy JB with me. What up, JB?
What's the deal? What's the knowledge, baby?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm well. That's about as far as it goes. I know this daylight savings joint snuck up on me though.
Did it, man. I felt
I don't know if it snuck up on anybody else.
Nah, I felt like a zombie, man. I guess when you get older, that thing just hits you a little bit harder. But I feel you. I'm with you right there. I got Marv with me. Marv got him. What's up?
Yo. What's good, everybody? All right, we out here.
You out here? How you doing? You living?
Yeah, man, chilling. Just got back today. I was trying to get back to last night, but technical difficulties with some motherfucking bird brains that closed the fight on me. But it's nothing. I'm here.
I hear that. Marquise, Keith Snowy, what's good?
Yo, what's goody?
How you doing?
It was a trying day today, but it's all good.
I feel
I'm
you.
alive and well. So
Samesies. I'm with you. CP, we got a special guest, CP. He's normally behind the camera, but today he's on camera. Charles, aka CP. What's up? How you doing?
What's good, everybody? Taking the spot of Neff today. I don't care what y'all say, I'm disagreeing. So daylight savings is a great thing. Marv, that red club should be blue.
Yo,
exactly how that nigga is, yo.
I'm with it.
Keith, what you drinking? That shit trash. I don't care what you drink. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Get it.
All right, tell people about yourself real quick, man. I know you got a lot of things besides being the producer of this wonderful show. What else you be doing, man?
Yeah, man. So yeah, I produce the show, man. I do all the clips on Instagram y'all see, and whatever y'all see on YouTube. I stream on Twitch and Caffeine. So you can catch me streaming the game. I know y'all fuck with games out there, so fuck with me. CP4 TV on Twitch. Up here on Caffeine, CPIV. We go live every Monday on Caffeine. Let's get it.
Word. Follow that, man. Yo, show that man some love. And we got a special guest. We got Oprah Winfrey in the house. Oprah, what up? How you doing? Yo, get off mute, Oprah. Come on, Oprah. Why you not talking? All right, maybe she got technical difficulties. She's stuck, but we gonna get back to Oprah. Anyway, I'm chilling, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just saying with Marquise. It's been a trying day. It's been a trying week, actually, for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. We'll get through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad to be here to break bread with my brothers. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Shit's been wild. I was out this weekend. I just said shit. I'm back, baby. I'm cursing. You know what I'm saying? They got me cursing. I said I wasn't going to curse. And I already said shit. Jesus. All right. So, okay. So, yeah. So this weekend I was out. And, man, let me tell you. STEMI season is in effect. Like, bruh. Yo, did y'all hit the streets at all? Did y'all I didn't hit the streets to hit the streets. I was out taking care of like minor errands, but I drove past like a town center and that thing was flooded. Crab legs was flowing, you know what I'm saying? Like the bars was packed. You know what I mean? Like that for the STEMI hit. So what y'all see?
I waiting on my STEMI to hit. I need Where is my STEMI, Biden?
Yo, did y'all see the memes? The memes was hilarious. Yo, they call him Moneybag Biden. Or Moneybag Joe or some shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
Endless
crazy.
Stimmy memes, man.
That shit
Yo.
is funny.
The dog.
And that
is
joint that was fast though.
Yo.
Oh yeah, they don't waste no time.
That was a fast joint. It ain't hit my account yet, but the signage was fast.
Facts.
Yo.
The passing of it was fast.
That he signed that thing, and that thing was already in people's accounts. Like the next day, I seen people on my timeline just going off, yo. Like seeing the Casa, not the Casamigos. I forgot what's the tequila of it all. Everybody's starting off right now, but you know it's old.
1942.
Yeah, I seen the 1942 bottles. I seen Bama's getting hookahs, turning up. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, yo, it's
Don Julio Floweth.
Yo, just let it sit in your account. I mean, don't you got overdue bills? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, I guess they're just trying to stimulate the economy. But yo, when I say they was out there, they was out there. Like I talked to my cousin. It was her birthday. Shout out to my girl Kieran. She came up here. You know what I'm saying? For the weekend to chill. You know what I'm saying? Just chill. But she went to the MGM on Friday, and I was like, "Sir, no, sir." And she said, "Yo,
What?
She said
That thing 50% right now. The machines is calling me.
Nah, she said the MGM. She said the MGM. She said the MGM was 120%. She said that joint was packed. Like I was like, yo, couldn't be me. I said it could not be me, brother. Like, but I mean, what y'all got any plans for y'all stimmy? If y'all getting one, with your JV, how you gonna stimulate your stimmy? What you gonna do?
I'll probably just put it back into the brand. I won't be out here copying stuff, so most likely I'll just be buying like equipment and then supplies for the brand. I mean, that's if they give me my stimmy. They ain't give me my stimmy last time, so I don't even know. They ain't give me no business loans. They ain't give me no stimmy. They ain't give me no corona relief.
Yo,
they just left me out here.
Moneybag Joe owe you? He owe you out here?
You gotta get in Moneybag Joe.
I don't know what the deal is. But yeah, Joe owed me a couple checks, man.
You ain't getting no stimmy? Oh man, you got it's bad for business. You got holler at Kamala. See what's good.
I gotta go to sis and see what's up.
You gotta holler at sis, man. You gotta holler at sis. Be like, yo, I need that.
Let me high and dry.
Run me my coin. Marv got him. Stimmy God, what you doing? How you gonna act?
Listen, man. Your man, Moneybag Joe, he out here short in the streets.
Oh, show no address.
He give me 600 and shit. Nigga, where the fuck is my motherfucking 1200, nigga?
Oh, he get you 600
dice?
This nigga out here.
No dice.
Hey, nigga, I run up on that White House with the flag out, nigga.
Nigga said 600.
I thought everybody out here was getting 1,400.
See us rise.
Yo, they short niggas, yo. They short niggas.
Damn.
Yo, how you get sorted, huh?
Look, man, I got fucking property tax to pay.
Give me that.
Hey,
that's what they said.
You need some kids, Marv.
I got a note from the DMV saying, "Listen, sir, you have property tax, sir." It's going on.
Yo.
Oh man, so
that's funny as shit.
We over 2. Well, we like and like it's kind of half because he got 600, but JV he been getting stimmy robbed. Marv getting shorted. What's up with stimmy? Yo?
I ain't get mine yet. I'm waiting on it though. I'm looking at an account at midnight tonight. Might pull up.
You gonna be like stimmy? Is that you?
God willing.
Right,
bruh.
But when I'm just saving my shit. I ain't doing that with it though.
Word, smart.
And you know why? Oh yeah, I'm investing it. All right.
Smart investment. Yes. Smart investment. CP. Hey, facts. What you doing with
Honestly,
that stimmy, man?
I'm gonna invest into my craft, man. So I'm gonna put it towards one dope ass camera. When we go live in person, eventually, it's a good look. Have
Yes,
multiple
yes.
angles. So yeah, and I can shoot my photography. Whatever events I pull up to when the world open back up. Get back to what I was
Word.
doing. For sure.
Facts. Shit, I don't even know if I'm getting a stimmy, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, last time I got a stimmy, I just gave that joint away.
Baller
But
alert!
I
Baller
will
alert!
not be, I will not be, if I do receive a stimmy, I will not be giving it away because guess what? Life just hit and I got to sue somebody. So it's going to be going to the retainer. It's going to be going straight to the retainer. But you know what I'm saying?
Edit that
God
out.
willing, I get it. God will not get it. But you know what I'm saying? No stimmy. I can't talk about my case pending, any pending legal cases. But if I get the stimmy, it's already been spoken for. I'll just say that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put it to good use.
You said it's
But yeah, man. Yeah.
Sound like,
but yeah, man.
Shouts out to the parents
Bridgerton.
out there though getting triple, man. They
You said
they
I sound
got
like who?
kids.
The dude from Bridgerton.
Oh, facts, man.
It's spoken for.
Spoken for. It's already spoken for. Man, Bama's who have kids, yo, they getting 2,800. You know what I'm saying?
That's the ultimate come up, yo.
They triple it.
Yeah.
Well, not a come
So
up. Some people need this shit.
So Marv, if you can claim some kid real quick, you might be able to get a couple extra dollars. You know what I'm saying? Just one or two.
Where they at?
Yo, somebody donate their kid to the pod for tax purposes. We can split the family. But yeah, man.
Go fund the kid. Go fund the kid.
Facts. Stimmy season though, like I said, it was crazy. Like I said, my cousin said MGM was popping. When I linked up with my cousin, we were out by Potomac Mills. The joint was jumping. You know what I'm saying? Like I was out Ashburn on Friday, copping my Ciroc Summer Citrus. That's not a plug, even though that joint was off the chippy. But you know what I'm saying? Like it was just packed. I was like, yo, it's the mask out. I was like, yo, COVID is not even here. Yeah, COVID never existed. I really had to sit and have a real pep talk with myself the other day. And I was like, yo, I was really sick. Did I have COVID? Because the way these fools is acting out here, yo, COVID never existed. It never, ever, ever existed. Like this weekend showed me everybody was out, no mask, they didn't care. They were doing whatever. They were turned all the way up. I felt like I was a fool for being in the house for a whole year. Like dead ass. I was like, man, this shit wild. I was like, I never seen that. I was like, yo, I said, I just been in the crib for nothing because these fools out here just living. Yo. I was like, yo, what is going on?
America got a history of just moving on like nothing happened. So that's what they about to do, bro.
That's a definite fact.
Yeah.
Everything.
They said that,
not just that.
They said that they predict that after COVID, we were going to be living life like the 20s. Like they said, the 20s was like a golden era of just having fun, fornication, people being drunk. Just they said a bunch of babies was being born, a whole bunch of debauchery. So I mean, we've been locked up for a year, so you never know what's going to happen.
I thought that was the 70s when the hippie era came around.
See, I think the 70s, they just trying to get over some stuff. See, I'm going to say shit again, some stuff. So they're trying to get over stuff. I think with the war going on, and then like the drugs was just flowing, I think the 70s, they was trying to self-medicate, you know what I mean? But we'll see, you know what I'm saying? We might be a mix of the 20s and the 70s, because, we got these pill heads out here. And the Molly might come back, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. But yeah, man, COVID's over, the break's over, the takeover is about to begin. Streets is open, so I guess we back to business. Some of us never left business, but we about to go hard, you know what I'm saying? Side note, we trying to spend some of that stimmy, head over to the Dominican getaway. Marv, what's up with them Dominican trips?
The Dominican trip is still on. So far, we have it's probably gonna be limited booking because I think the resort is not booking to the full capacity. But we're definitely doing the situation. It's kind of like we trying to figure out the events because depending on how restricted the events are, is depending on if we're gonna actually trying to figure that out. And also we trying to get a boat ride with one of my homies that I know out there, and with like, you know, a little party on a boat, party on the water type shit. So that's in works. And pretty much look out, man. It's gonna be a good event, man. Last year we had to cancel last year. So I feel like even in general, it's gonna be the highest numbers of travel that we see once everything gets to back, you know, going back in the right direction. I think we might see record travel in the numbers, yo. Like, I'm gonna have to start buying tickets out this bitch because I ain't gonna have no way to get on the fucking plane other than buy the.
You think it's gonna be that big?
Yeah, son. Like, I really feel like look how long I've never witnessed people as a, like, you know, sit down this long and not be able to do what they normally do. So I'm looking forward to it. It's only gonna make my bag bigger, especially for me, you know, the fact in that industry. So I'm looking forward to that and everybody getting back to their normal life, and we'll see what's up.
Yo, so during COVID, they canceled all carnivals and all that this year.
Yeah, this year, but I know the first carnival that usually starts next. I want to look into is Trinidad. That's where I went right before, because remember we was in DR immediately right before the shit hit, like when everything got started getting restricted. It was in DR March? Like, was it March?
Last week,
March.
A year ago last week.
Yeah. So
wait, y'all was in DR before it started?
The weekend it started.
So y'all started this. Y'all the reason.
Some of these motherfuckers, look. So some of these people, they went to DR for the first time, right? They booking flights that's leaving at 2 in the motherfucking morning. Why? Jesus Christ. Why would you do that to yourself? You know you about to be ripped, twisted, whatever. You gotta kill your whole fucking day not doing shit to be able to get to the flight at 2 in the morning, bro. Like, so luckily that shit came around. Like, not to say that, you know, recipes to everybody that passed away from COVID, but shit happened in a time frame that they were able to use that as an excuse to change their flight with no charge. And we got out.
I say we all did that shit.
I think everybody changed their flight because they wanted to stay another day. It wasn't no damn COVID.
Right.
Nice.
I ain't got no motherfucking mask. I can't fly. I ain't we'll book you tomorrow for free. Don't worry, it's on us.
Bama's on the phone. I was like, yo, Keith had me dying. He was on the phone. He was like, yo, his flight was early. He said, I heard the COVID numbers are higher or earlier flights. So can I book my flight later? I was like, yo, if he gets off on that, yo, that's wild. They changed his flight though, so
it was no pushback. They was like, yeah, sir, we can do that for you. She was like, sir, just make sure you're on time. I was like, all right.
Yo, they was taking everyone to see. I still that flight back was still the worst flight I ever had though. When that shorty, like, on the way back from DR, this old abuela, she kept walking back and forth, and she ended up having like diarrhea, like literally in the middle of the aisle. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like she literally left the diarrhea trail all the way through first class. You know, I was in first. She came from all the way from economy to use the first class bathroom. You know, I was like, man, if you don't take your peasant ass back in the back, like, yo, she was if I paid all that bread for first class, then you left the shit trail. A stick trail? Come on, man. Peasant. She was a peasant. She probably had COVID. She's probably one of the first Bama's who had COVID, man. That shit was wild, man. That shit was crazy. But yo,
it said she did go in the eye.
Yo, we forgot your Oprah. Oprah, what you gonna do with your stimmy though? Oprah, come on, man. Stop.
She got 10 up.
Yo, she hold her hands up saying she got 10 stimmies. Damn, Oprah. Oprah over there balling, man. All right, Oprah. But yeah, man, we'll see. This like everything. Like, I really hope this stuff doesn't really get cracking until the fall. I still kind of want this summer to be low key. Like, of course, I want to be out. You know what I'm saying? But just for the safety and peace of mind, like, I prefer to start kind of like extending my wings like in the fall. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. But y'all be safe out there. I'll definitely say that all the listeners out there, be safe, stay masked up, keep your hands clean. It ain't a joke, man. COVID is real. No matter how you think it, like trust me, Bama's had it, it's real. But yeah, just be safe out there, beloved. With me this past week, like I didn't really get a chance to process a lot of stuff, but then I kind of had a conversation with myself about like a real talk conversation. So y'all my family, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to kind of broach this conversation with y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we all are adults at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like we are in our 30s, some of us, you know what I'm saying? And we're mature, we've done some things, but you know what I'm saying? Like we all had pretty humble beginnings, right? So it's like I had to kind of step back based off a situation I was involved in. I was like, yo, if I had the knowledge that I have now, back when I was like 21, in my 20, like 20, 22, 23, like, yo, what I'm going through now would be nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have like the situation would already have been in play where I wouldn't even be dealing with some of the stuff that I'm dealing with. So it's like I kind of took a step back and I wanted to say like, yo, what advice would you really give yourself back in the day, you know, based on everything that you've gone through, every life lesson that you learned thus far, you know what I'm saying? Like one piece of advice. I mean, we could be on this conversation literally for hours, but you know what I'm saying? If you can really tell your older or your past self a bit of advice to kind of come up as they were matriculating through the years and growing up, going through different situations, like what would you tell yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like,
can I go first?
Sure. Most certainly.
I would say, me personally, I would tell my younger self to not get in. I would tell my younger self to build my credit first, like early on, instead of like not getting any credit at all, because that shit kind of killed me. And then having situations where I had a certain amount of debt from like school shit and an eviction because somebody else didn't pay their shit, you know what I'm saying, on my name. And I was like, fuck, if I would have had all my shit together, I came across a lot of money from my mom's, like shout out to moms, single parents, single mothers. Y'all are my heroes. My mother like took bread that I like, father passed away when I was younger. And she never told me about that. Very mature enough to deal with that type of money, to not do no dumb shit. But I ended up using the money to pay off my fucking debt. So like, if I didn't have debt at the time, or I didn't have nothing over my head, I could have invested that shit into some other shit, like what I'm fucking with now, like real estate and shit like that. So like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I would tell myself.
I mean, Mar, to me, that's like key. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that with our community, period, and I'm not gonna say I hate when people are like the black community, but I think in general, our generation, like wealth management really wasn't talked about. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it previously. So just the fact that you realize like, yo, I would make sure that I would put that money towards like investing and shit and stuff like that. I think that's huge. I think that, you know, we need to do that. Like we need to make sure that we are working and focusing on building our portfolios up early, building that stuff early, because like I said, there's other people that are already ahead of the game because they inherit that type of stuff. And so they're already 2 steps ahead of us. So, you know, if you have the ability, if you don't have it just handed to you when you're young, if you make smart decisions, you know what I'm saying? Like you can set yourself up. So at this point in time in your life, you know what I'm saying? Like you actually are dealing with some real time paper. So, I mean, like, I definitely like what you had to say. My bad, CP. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
You good, bro? I'd have just talked to my younger high school self for real, man. Like, just play sports, bro. Do anything. Like, I just would have played sports, bro. I just went throughout that shit and just did a lot of backyard sports, bro. Football, basketball, did all that. Just went to the court, but like having an organization thing type thing like that, man, that would have been dope, man. Something to go through college playing sports, that would have been cool. I regret that to this day, bro. Not getting involved with sports at school, man.
I feel you.
Real respect.
I'll go next. I'll say get a trade early. Early is like high school, end of high school, get a trade, create a business off the trade, and you'll have that as your side hustle throughout, what you want to do. So use that to build, to build yourself up. And you always have something to fall back on, and you always have something on the side.
Do you know what trade you would have got into?
Probably. Nah, I can't answer that right now. Not this second.
Right.
But something.
I mean, for me, I would have told myself to save, not save so much and invest more. Like, I always been like the type of person, like, I don't really spend a lot of money on things, and I save. So it's been times like when I was in college, I would get like a refund check, and I just wouldn't spend it. I just have it sitting there, and I wouldn't invest it in nothing. I wasn't putting it into building brands. I was spending my own money, and I would just like to look at my bank account and say that I have money in there. But like Nick was saying earlier, I didn't have any idea of what trying to gain wealth was. Like, I literally was thinking if I keep saving money, one day I'm gonna have a lot of money, and that ain't the case. Like, eventually that money gonna have to go towards something like a debt. Like Marv was saying, a debt might pop up. You might have a situation with your vehicle or apartment situation where now you got to spend all that money that's been sitting there and it ain't gaining nothing. So I would have tried to learn more about trying to invest money and let my money work for myself versus me just looking at it gain like $5 a year sitting in the bank, which was worthless.
Facts. So yeah, I mean, I see the general consensus is definitely like bread, investments, you know what I'm saying, invest in yourself. One thing I know with Keith, the trade, I think that's definitely important to have some type of trade, something that you can use to create another stream of income or revenue. I was talking to someone and he said that, probably in the future, instead of like money, like for services, like we're going to get to a point where people are really going to be exchanging services for services. You know what I'm saying? Like, how we say like share for share, but like people like, oh, you know how to do electrician work? Okay, well, you know how to paint. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to do this and stuff like that. Like, you're going to see more and more people buck from that whole traditional style of living. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're paying for money, especially like because money is so volatile anyway right now. I mean, like you said, like we're looking at like Bitcoin, like now we're talking about NFTs. Like, the way we look at money, the whole concept of money is about to change. You know what I'm saying? It may not change within our lifetime, but shortly thereafter, you know what I'm saying, it's probably not going to be, money's not going to be like as we see it now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, having a trade is definitely important. With me, it's kind of I'm looking at this question differently. I think for me, if I could go back and talk to my younger self, I would really stress the importance of self-care and just the importance of, reinforcing and kind of making sure that my younger self knew that, saying it's okay to mess up. Because I feel like over the years, I put so much pressure on myself, tremendous amount of pressure on myself to not fail. You know what I'm saying? So to the point of like, like emotionally, like mentally, like putting myself through that type of anguish, because in my mind it was like I felt like I had everyone, like I was kind of everyone was on my back. Whether it was my mother, my grandparents, shorties I deal with, even my friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people have depended on me or depend on me to help them do stuff. And a lot of that over time, like when you have that over time, it breaks you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I feel that the word no is a very powerful word. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of being a yes man all the time, you got to know how to say no. And I think for the longest, I didn't know how to say no. Like anytime someone needed help, anytime somebody needed something, I'll be like, okay, I got that. I can take care of you. I can do this. These are my thoughts and stuff like that. And then I was just taking on so much. You know what I'm saying? And it's like over time, like that can be detrimental. Like if you're not, like I told my mother all the time, and I tell people, period, like you can't take care of someone else unless you're your best self. You know what I'm saying? If you're all jacked up and messed up, how can you be there truly for someone? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not. So sometimes you gotta say no in the greater good of protecting yourself, so you can be the best self. Like me not saying no, hey, it's caused me to lose money. It's caused me to lose jobs. It's caused me to do everything. So I mean, like I think that concept, it trickled down to like all aspects of my young adult life, you know what I'm saying, or being an adult. So I mean, I think that would be the biggest thing, because like I said, I feel that you gotta take care of yourself. So I mean, that would be me, you know what I'm saying? Because like if again, me not making sure that I was good first always led to money issues. It led to emotional issues, shit at home, was jacked up at home or work and all that stuff. Like, so that's what I think that's what I would have that conversation. And, you know what I mean? So that's what I would tell myself, pretty much.
That's real.
Tell them
It's
niggas
crazy.
no.
Yeah. You gotta say no, man. Like you gotta say no. Like I've made a lot of dumb decisions off the strength of not saying no, but I'm still paying for it to this day. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's power in the words of no, and it's power again. Self-preservation is key. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you always want to be like, yo, I'm always down for you, I got you, and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? What do they tell you on the Marv when you get on the plane?
Oh, give yourself oxygen first before you give somebody else.
Put your mask on, and help the motherfucker.
Help the person next to you.
Help the person next to you.
Or put yours on first.
Put yours on first.
Right.
Said,
Right.
Put your mask on, then help the person next to you.
Right. So it's not help the person next to you. It's not, oh well, you gotta take care of the kids first, you gotta do this. You gotta save yourself. You have to save yourself first.
Now, Paula, I'm gonna tell you, it's a difference now. It's about first they say to take your mask off, then put the mask on. That's the difference now. Cause you know, some dickheads gonna be in a motherfucking plane, shit going down, nigga like this, like I can't breathe. Oh, dumbass nigga.
Mask off, then put your mask on.
Yeah.
But Nick, is there no out of fear of hurting people or losing the ones you love, or is it just because you got a kind heart? You always say yes. Like, was it?
I think the no for me was a combination of all of that. Everyone knows me as someone that I will give the shirt off my back to you and not think twice, right? But also the misconception, and I guess it's not a misconception, but I'm always the strong friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always the strong friend. Like people just assume, because even though people who know me, I'm emotional, but I'm a different type of emotional, right? Like I'm real passionate about my stuff, but like if there's something going on with me, I don't really express it. You know what I'm saying? Like outwardly. So like a lot of people would have no idea. Like even from like, you know what I'm saying? I always tell people, like when I talk to people about how I grew up, people be like, yo, how are you still alive? Like I would have offed myself, I would have did all this stuff, because my upbringing, a lot of jacked up stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother got sick, she contracted, like she became terminally ill at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? My father, he walked out. Like so much crazy stuff. You're not gonna go into it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I didn't react negatively to those situations. So no one knew. You know what I'm saying? No one even knew. So I think it's just like I put that pressure on myself kind of to to be Superman. You know what I'm saying? Everyone already thought, oh, well, Nick can take this, Nick can deal with this, he can deal with anything. So I was like, yo, I have to show that always at all times. And like I said, really, it probably like one of my lowest points, probably was like 5 years ago. Like something was going on, and like my shorty was like, "Yo, Nick, you're gonna kill yourself. You're killing yourself trying to take on the world. Like stop trying to take the world on by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to do that. There's people that you don't have to take on everyone's problems. You don't have to, if you have your own problems, if you have your own issues, you don't have to do it by yourself. Just open your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Just talk about it. And it's like I remember I broke down. Like I dead ass. Like I broke down because I was like, yo, like no one has ever said that to me, because everyone's always handed me their problems. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about everyone, family, friends, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, everyone's always handing me their stuff, and I'm like, okay, bet. Like everyone knows, I go into action mode. I'm like, all right, bet we got this. But then I'm tackling their problems, family problems, my problems, and like I said, like it was at a breaking point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and again, like when she said that, she was like, yo, stop being Superman. Like when she said that, it just clicked. She was like, you gotta be like Superman. Superman, you know, he loses too. You know what I'm saying? There's kryptonite for a reason. Everyone has a weakness. Stop trying to fake like you don't have no weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that a lot of people, they try to portray themselves in manners that, you know what I'm saying, that they have everything going on. And, you know, me now going through all that stuff, it's kind of like, I'm like, you know, like I don't have it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not going to front. Like I do have it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just going to be real with myself. I'm gonna be unapologetically me. You know what I'm saying? If I can do something, definitely I'm more than down to help you. If I can't, I can't. But again, if it interferes with my peace, you know what I'm saying, I can't subscribe to it. You know what I'm saying? If it interferes, if I can't involve myself in anything that is going to lower my peace of mind at this point. And it's just, it took her saying that, you know what I mean? So that, I mean, I know that was kind of like a long answer to your question, but like I said, I think mainly, yes, it was the fear of saying no and then being nice, but I think more than everything, it was just, I was trying to meet the expectation that everyone was already projecting on me. You know what I mean? I think that's what it was about.
Surreal.
I feel like a lot of that shit stems from us being raised as having to be tough, not being able to cry, not being able to, you know what I'm saying, as men, as boys, especially as black men, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be tough and you gotta fuck that, like whatever, niggas get shot every day, B, you be all right. That statement is a real statement for a reason. Like it's because that's what we were taught, you know what I'm saying? So that has a lot of play into the mental health of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, man, definitely. Like especially when you are dealing in households when like you have single families, like you know what I'm saying, like you might have been raised by just your mother or your father. In my situation, like my dad bounced, you know what I'm saying, it was just my mom and my grandparents, and like my mom, like I seen my mom do some wild shit to make sure shit got taken care of. You know what I'm saying? It's like in just being exposed to that stuff at a young age, it definitely hardens you to a point, but then it's just like when some of the stuff that you see, like you said, like you're forced to you're not able to show emotion about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to keep it G. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and even if you do show emotion, again, the emotion is looked at negatively, right? It's like, yo, why you feeling this way? You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of this because of this or this. Like you don't have a chance. Like you don't even have a chance to really process a lot of things. Like I think a lot of times when we were growing up, especially like how we came up, you know what I'm saying? Like we've all seen some ill stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, have we really, did you get to process it? You know what I'm saying? Whether it's seeing someone die, even dealing with death, period, like, yo, were you allowed to fully process it? Were you allowed to kind of go through the motions, or did you have to kind of just chuck it up and then keep it moving? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I always try now, I try to champion like mental wellness because, like I said, I think for so long, like I said, I was killing myself. You know what I'm saying? Like we've had the conversation previously. Like there was times when, like I said, like I'll be like, yo, I don't feel like being here, and you know what I'm saying? Like I still deal with it to this day. Like I literally can talk about, oh, just a few weeks ago, like I'm sitting here laughing with my shorty. Next thing you know, like my whole mood shifts, and next thing you know, I'm just like, I become a whole different person. I'm just quiet, and she's like, yo, why are you quiet? I'm like, yo, I'm just thinking, and it's like I'm thinking about the stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about stuff like with my grandfather. I'm thinking about stuff with my mom. Like it's just like I'm the kind of person like my mind is always racing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when you don't have an outlet to kind of express yourself and talk, you know what I'm saying? Like again, like it's like a hamster wheel. Like I feel like, and then when the hamster gets tired or he falls off the wheel, then everything just like everything kind of just goes to shit. You know what I mean? So it's like it's crazy, man. But Lamar, you brought up a good point, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because it's even looked upon, and I mean, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think it's looked upon negatively to talk about what's going on the inside? You know what I'm saying? Like within us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, all of this shit stems from the history of slavery, for real. Like when you think about the hatred that we were taught hatred that still lives to this day. In 2021, niggas still talk about light skin, dark skin, fucking skinny, black, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that shit is all stemming from the mental slavery that we already was in. And then we have that to deal with. We got, as black people, we got to deal with, as black, especially black men, we got to deal with. And in 2021, you deal with the battle between females and women, the battle between your own kind, the battle between racism, the battle between trying to be, you know, trying to progress in life as a person, as a human being. It's so many battles that we have to deal with, and this becomes normal. This becomes normalized to where like, but it's not really normal. Everybody doesn't have to deal with this type of shit that we deal with. So then they look at us like, oh, why is he wilding out today? Or why he don't give a fuck today? You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't giving a fuck because he got all these battles, bro. Like that's why. Like, you know what I'm saying? And these certain things happen, and then you're portrayed as, you know, when I walk down the street as a black man, I'm 6'6", 280. America's taught to fear me. America's taught to fear a person that look like me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm scared.
Right. I see somebody. I'll be at work, bro. I'll be at work in a uniform. I'll be at work in a uniform, and a white lady that'll see me that works with me will be scared. Bitch, I'm at work with you. You punching. Bitch, you spoke to me. You spoke to me on the fucking. You spoke to me bus yesterday. Taking a bus to fuck. You told me about your daughter and all this shit, and now you scared? The fuck? You scared? Like, but this is real shit, and it's like I gotta laugh at it, but it's fucked up.
It is.
It's fucked up. That's what we do. That's what we make jokes out of all this bullshit to like. If y'all know me, I'm a very funny person because of that. Because I don't want to be perceived as an angry black nigga. Like, because if I get angry, it's gonna be a problem. Like, so at the end of the day, it's like I just do that to fucking to cut all of the stereotypes out for real. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like when somebody meet me, their perception of me is different. They're like, oh damn, I didn't know you was this cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like y'all witness that. We met walks of the earth, Australia. Chicks is like, yo, why do you say what's poppin', my nigga? Like shit, like, but we like, because that's just the type of charisma we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that turned into a lifelong friendship with somebody across the world that fucks with us. So we special. That's why we special. That's why they want to be like us, but they don't want to be like us, if that makes sense. They want to be like us, but they don't want to be like us. You feel me?
Like, what do? You know what I'm saying? Like being a black, like knowing that you are bringing another life in this world. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like you as a black man, like you said, like you have all of that, not only do you have to just navigate life itself, you know what I'm saying? Like life is already convoluted and jacked up as it is. Then on top of that, you got to deal with people actively seeking your downfall almost 24 hours, 7 days a week, just because of what you look like. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. So yeah, I mean, all of us, I think that in addition to the STEMI, I think we all need therapy stimuluses. You know, I think we need therapy. I think therapy needs to be more widely embraced. And because I mean, even with the pandemic, like me and John talk about all the time, like I think just the pandemic itself has changed people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of rewired people mentally. People have had to deal with different things. I mean, you got people literally who ain't leave the house in a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Or crazy stuff. Why do you see so many breakups? You see like there's so many, like you look at the news, just on the news, but even within your own like friend circles and stuff like that. People have been together for years. They've broken up. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was gonna say that as black men, I think we're more admired more than hated. Yeah, we're hated in the public, but I think people admire black men, black culture, blackness, period, more than they hate it. A lot of people
definitely admire it. They definitely admire it. You know, they assimilate it, they embrace it, they do all of that.
They copy it, they take it, they own it.
They admire that shit until they gotta use their card, money. When that nigga shit hit, they be like, wait a minute, I'm not a nigga. It's admired to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? But it's a difference when you like.
I think you gotta be
ready to lay this shit down and be ready to fucking die for this shit, nigga.
I think it's an obsession, though. To be honest with you, I think America has an obsession with blackness, and we just don't. I don't think we. I think we own it. We own it individually, but I don't think we own it as far as like the culture itself.
I think that's the thing. Like they look at the Brazilians, like they put us in front of. They put obstacles in front of us, and when they see us jump over that shit, they like, these niggas made it. That shit is entertaining as a motherfucker. Like let's put another one in front of them.
But at the same time, they make a strong dollar off of anything black, man. Like just the McDonald's commercial I seen the other day. They used producer Tay Keith. You know, before every song you hear Tay Keith F these niggas up. McDonald's just put him in a commercial. Use one of his beats. Like even games like Fortnite use all these black dances that go viral on TikTok and they make them an emote in a game and people pay for that, bro. Black culture don't receive that dollar.
I think the CEO of McDonald's is black though.
Oh.
That's because they don't fucking worth. Like, why would you like if somebody? I don't know the deal that he did for that. I can't say what Take Heed fuck these niggas up did, but F these niggas for your worth to know how to make the play. Like, shout out to Swizz and fucking Timbaland that created they platform what we in the pandemic.
But they did it the right way though.
And not only that, they shared it with everybody that had a part of it. They made them shareholders. That's the most realest shit about that deal. Because they could have easily said, fuck it, I created this shit. Fuck them niggas. Like, they came on my shit. I appreciate it. I helped you, nigga. Like, but they made them officially a part of that shit. So anything that happens with that, they eat off that. And shout out to Swizz and Timbaland off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's about.
And that's going up. That's how you handle your business. I think a lot of shit that we do gets used and taken because we don't understand how to own it, and that's a older self speaking to your younger self.
I'm sorry,
own your shit.
I don't want to talk about my nigga Neff that he's not here, but that was the discussion we were supposed to have about the whole thing we was talking about with the chat that we didn't have the discussion on, right, Nick, with the break dancing, and he was saying,
Japan. Wait, China.
The Asians are trying to take it, or he said Asians started or some shit. Some shit.
He was talking about some commercial.
Something crazy.
That it was London. And then,
hey, you know what? I completely agree with him.
Goddamn lie.
But nah, we gotta have that discussion. But that was pretty much my premise on that whole shit. Like, yo, like you can't if I got a Benz outside and I go like what then they still loot nigga went inside with his shit running. They stole his shit. That's what happened with hip hop, my nigga. You left your shit running. Hip hop was the Benz outside with the keys in it. Left their shit open and niggas got him. You feel me? They didn't do they just do.
Y'all saw the Mr. C and Maino interview, correct? Y'all seen
I only seen a clip. I didn't see the whole interview.
Yeah, no
I seen that shit. Yes, I did.
So thoughts? Anyone have any thoughts or comments?
Oh, we about to talk about Mr. C. Please. What is everybody do? Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm going there because I feel like
Lord.
I'm going there. We going there.
Charles, get your edit skills, your edit marks ready.
I didn't see it.
So I'll summarize the interview. So Maino was interviewing Mr. C, you know what I'm saying? And Mr. C, if you don't know who Mr. C is, you know, he is connected with Biggie, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They ran together after he helped him with his musical career or whatever.
We gonna say Mr. C firsthand like founded Biggie.
He found Big, yeah.
Okay.
That's
all right. So he
set the meeting up.
He set the meeting up. He found Biggie. He discovered Biggie, right? So back like a few years ago, there was a scenario where Mr. C was taped haggling with transsexual in regards to a sexual act. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much the word was like, okay, well, you know, he deals with transsexuals. So he was, you know, he caught like all the flack within the hip hop community because they're like, yo, you're gay. And he's like, nah, I'm not gay. So Maino brought it back up and he kind of confirmed that that's what he's into. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yo, that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm into. And then Maino continued to ask him more details like, well, that means you're gay. And he's like, nah. I mean, like, I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so the whole conversation was like, yo, like, is this dude gay or what? It's kind of interesting because, you know, we always talk about that Biggie line that he said, you know, back in the day. I mean, even like, Bam was brought up in the chat, was like, yo, you look so good. I'll you know, I ain't gonna repeat it, you know what I'm saying?
No.
But it was kind of a suspect. It was a suspect lyric, you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like within our community though, like because
it was a gay lyric. Let's call it what it is, Nick.
So
gay lyric,
I mean, you know, man, like I said, like it was questionable to what Biggie normally raps about. You know what I'm saying? Like it was outside the norm. But you know what I'm saying? Like it was interesting that Mr. C chose that platform to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because again, within our community, you know what I'm saying? Like we really don't like to talk about those things. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like, I don't want to say why, but I mean why? Like why is it so uncomfortable? But even you could tell that Maino was even uncomfortable, even having some of the conversation.
I don't think it's uncomfortable. It's only uncomfortable because he's on camera talking about it. Because you can't say what you want to say in this world. That's why it's uncomfortable. So I don't know. For me, if I was on that platform, he is what he is. He's gay. I don't care how you wash it, dry it, fold it, you gay. That's my stance on it.
What that Oprah
and I rest my case.
Oprah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Oprah's not gonna tell the truth.
Oprah ain't saying nothing all episode. But yeah, so I mean, so Keith's stance is like, yo, he's gay. I mean, but what
was the question initially?
Let me be clear though. Ain't nothing wrong with being gay. Just don't be I do gay acts, but I don't want to call myself gay. Bro, you gay. Do gay acts, you gay.
bisexual. If you fucking
Or
female,
bisexual. Yeah, call it what it is.
He said in the interview he's trisexual. That's what he said.
He'll try. Yeah. So that means if you're pretty much that checks the gay box. If you're trisexual, doesn't that check the gay box?
That checked a few boxes, right? That's
not
all
what
the
this
boxes
whole.
in the STEMI box.
But I think Nick was insinuating that Biggie was gay too. Is that what you're insinuating?
No,
Nick?
never. Never. Biggie is
or down low. I think
No.
you're insinuating that Biggie was down low.
not at all. This is defamation of character right there, buddy.
Hey, did y'all see the couple clips where the dude, I forgot who it was, he was saying that majority of the women or the people in his first two videos were transsexual women or transgender
In Big video?
And Biggie?
Yeah, the first two. Said the chick ride, I forgot which video it was. The girl
The
ride.
one that had the red dress on?
I don't remember what they had on. I don't. But
what?
It's basically saying that the majority of the people in the video were transgender adults.
But there's no confirmation on that, right?
one more chance.
No, I don't have no confirmation.
And warning video. One more chance video and a warning video.
Marv knows this one. I think that was a. Never mind.
She was a little suspect.
You remember that?
Allegedly.
I remember.
Allegedly.
And I was like, yo, she don't remind me of the women from my country. She does not remind me of the women from my country.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yo, so I'll ask this question. So if it did come out, there's no way possible that it could come out. But
what do you mean? There is definitely a possibility that
I'm saying if it came out to
it could be confirmed.
That it's confirmed and that Biggie was into that, how would y'all feel about that?
No type of way.
I'd be okay with it.
Not a single type of way.
Is that across the board?
No feelings.
Oh, no feelings.
No feelings.
Marvin?
No hard feelings. Pause.
No feelings.
Hey, yo.
I heard hard in feelings.
How would you? How would you feel, Marv?
And Biggie came out.
Well, if it came out that he was, would that change anything for you?
Nah, that's not gonna change my love for the music, but I don't really look at Biggie as a super gangster anyway. So Biggie just made dope. So I don't really like, but I wouldn't be surprised because there was a lot of weirdo shit going on. Like, yo, my nigga X said some wild shit like, I had blood on my hands and there's no remorse. I had blood on my dick because I fucked the corpse because I'm a nasty nigga. I was like, whoa.
Eminem does that, bro. I mean,
no, this is before Eminem, bro. We're talking about before.
Okay.
Like, X was like the most gangsterous nigga, but god damn, my nigga. So it's like Big said a lot of crazy lines that was kind of borderline, like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
hey, you know what? Y'all take a lot of these rappers gangster card on the show, man. Last week was Pac. Pac was a theater student.
How old
Pac was a theater student. He was a theater student.
I don't
theater. He worked in a theater.
This week,
Pac is not a gangster rapper to me, though.
I got you. Yeah, and Biggie wasn't gangster either.
I just said that.
Yeah.
Right. Are you saying
I only take people that
born in Bridgerton?
I only take if you a gangster nigga, if you talking gangster shit and you ain't do nothing that I heard stories about you in the streets, I'm not taking you as a gangster rapper, bro.
You're right.
Facts. Like, the niggas I know did shit. And I heard Pac was doing dances. Like, the only thing that fucked me too is I didn't know that Prodigy. Remember Prodigy? Recipes.
Yeah.
Prodigy
He said that.
His peoples had a dance school, and crazy thing is my cousin was at the dance school back in the day that his family started. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of wild to like find that shit out. You know what I'm saying? But
that Prodigy was a dancer.
Yeah, but a lot of people was dancers. A lot of people was dancing at the
That was the culture at that time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I couldn't really fault that shit because that was part of hip hop.
But Prodigy wasn't like a break dancer though.
No, he was a dance like some ballerina. Y'all niggas wanted me to say that.
God rest the dead.
He's got his.
Why you make that man fill in the
I'm
blank?
just look, all I'm saying.
My question was like, yo, why is this an uncomfortable conversation within us, like black men? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it?
I don't feel like it's uncomfortable at all.
Cancel culture.
I don't think it's uncomfortable. I mean, it depends on who you're talking to.
Even like I said,
some people can have adult conversations about anything, and then some people can't have conversations about nothing. So I just think it depends on who's having the conversation.
Yeah, like I posted in the group chat earlier, A Boogie with a hoodie, whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying? Like he said that, you know, he liked what he liked to. You know what I'm saying? Like you always talk about, you know.
I thought you said
Don't do
I'm making the wrong man.
Don't do that to Boogie.
Damn.
My bad, Boogie. My bad. So
yo,
Cardi.
Come on, man.
If they all got crazy names, yo, I'm old, man.
You trying to say A Boogie was Playboy Cardi?
No.
Come
on, Nick.
So Playboy Cardi, excuse me.
Playboy
Cardi. I mean, I said, look, I'm about to say my nigga A Boogie came in the game with a baby mama. He's
yo, just because you got a baby mama don't mean
I'm about to say don't mean
it don't mean nothing.
Don't
we ain't see that nigga on no flamboyant shit.
Nah, yeah.
So Party. So Playboy Cardi pretty much said that, you know, he liked what he liked to. You know what I'm saying? He called her a flack, you know what I'm saying? Because people were like, oh, this Bama might not be straight or whatever. But my thing is, like, at the end of the day, if you like his music, like, what does his sexual orientation really matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not fucking him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it plays into what you're talking about.
How?
Because what you're personifying, it changes when you talk about something, just like R. Kelly. Now that people realize that R. Kelly was talking about little girls, they think about R. Kelly totally different. Now, if R. Kelly would have came out and said, "Hey, I like younger, super duper younger girls," and then he's saying he's having these great songs, those songs wouldn't be that great. So it's what you putting out and what people are internalizing.
So Playboy Cardi's talking about the streets. If he's talking about the streets, or he's talking about, like, you know, like the game, like, just because if he liked what he liked, as he said, does he lose credibility? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know anything about his music, so I'm not the person to answer that one. So,
because you could be the softest, to me, you could be the gayest of the gay, but I know a lot of gay, like, people that are harder. Like, when I say harder, I'm talking about more street tough than some regular straight people. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think that sexual orientation has to do with your credibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see if, like, to your point with R. Kelly's talking about all this sexual stuff, but come to find out his sexual stuff is related to little girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you would take issue with it. But if Playboy Cardi or any other
perspective.
Yeah, but like, for example, look at Trey Songz, what Trey Songz did. Like he's spitting in two girls' mouths while they kissing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not no regular.
Well, he talks about wild, freaky shit in his music.
But that's still not some regular stuff.
I think that, I don't know, because I hear what you're saying, but I think that if you're gonna stand by your craft and you're gonna speak about what you're speaking, then you gotta be actually.
But
it's gotta be what it is.
Conversation. We had the conversation about freaky shit and all that other shit the other day.
You gotta clarify. Quick.
Yo.
Please.
Who?
Let the public know.
Sir, who was you talking to, sir?
We were talking about what's the point of, like, having like, if you're gonna get married and you're doing all this freaky shit, what's the point? So for Trey to be spitting in two girls' mouths that is consented, shit, that's just the freaky nasty shit that they on. That's a little more PG-13 than two girls eating each other out. With
AKA Young Luke. That ain't changed nothing about Young Luke. We knew what Luke was about, and no one ever said anything about that shit.
Right, because he came in the door about that.
Because he came in the door and he was real about it. He wasn't personifying something that he wasn't.
He's the reason why parental advisory stickers was even put on fucking
that's facts
on motherfucking music.
But like I said, I don't know much about Playboi Carti to even care about what is not even care to even understand what he's talking about when he's saying why does it matter? Because I don't know what he's rapping about.
Me neither.
Is anybody Playboi Carti connoisseur fan on it?
They out there.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I feel
What's his hottest song? Like, what song would we know by him?
Y'all, nothing.
Yeah, we aged out, bro. We aged out, bro.
Yeah,
we're aged out. But yeah, man, like I said, but I just feel like your orient, like I think like whatever you like to each their own. I said it's like probably one of my very first podcast show. Like, dude, when it comes to like your orientation, I don't care if you whatever you do. You know what I'm saying?
So like, why not? So why not lead with that? If it's not a problem, why not lead with it? Why hide it?
I mean, anyone knows me. Anyone that knows me knows that. Like, so I abide myself by that principle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what your orientation is. Like, if any of y'all were gay, I would still love y'all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have a gay,
I'm talking about the artist. Why not?
My fault. My bad.
Why not lead with that? If that's what you are, and that's how you get down, why not lead with that?
Because
we don't.
Let me tell you. All right, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
Because it's not accepted. It's still not, especially in the hip hop community. It's still not accepted. So if you're trying to,
but you're saying it anyway. It's not like nobody outed him. He said it himself.
But he waited till he was in a comfortable position where he was in a particular light where he had already solidified his standing with his fan base. Then he felt comfortable to do that. You know what I'm saying? But again, I just don't understand.
He pushed the narrative and then he changed it once he feel like he can be comfortable now. I don't rock with that.
And I'll let Mark talk in a second. I just don't understand why, when it comes to music, when it comes to like entertainment, like why we even talk about sexual orientation. Like I feel like when people be like, I'm coming out as this or whatever, like Bama's don't come out as straight. You know what I'm saying? Bama's just straight, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're straight, you're straight. But again, when you have to make an announcement or a PR statement to say, oh, I'm this, I don't understand why it's even part of the narrative personally, because like I said, but if that's what you like, cool, that's what you like. Like what you like. But again, what you like shouldn't interfere with your craft. It shouldn't be this, like it shouldn't be, okay, but the story is not about the lyrics, it's not about this. Now the story is about, oh, well, I'm the first transgender this or the first this. And again, that's the only thing I don't understand personally. But I don't understand why we have to always announce like Fab said it best. Fab said, make moves, less announcements. That's how I always live my life and everything, yo. I'm not gonna talk like I don't like when I got engaged to my wife, or I didn't make a huge announcement, be like, yo, I'm engaged, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that knew that were there, you know what I'm saying? Like people found out over time in the conversations what I may have, but I didn't sit there and put it on blast because it is what it is. It's my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
brother, you have to turn in that card, brother. That's the whole thing. You have to turn that card in, brother.
But when you lead, but when you lead off, or like, I just don't feel like anyone needs to lead off with what they like. You know what I'm saying? It should be about the music. You know what I'm saying? Unless that's what their music's about. You know, there's certain people that their lyrics might be just like you say, Trey Songz. His persona, his lyrics are sexualized. You know what I'm saying? If somebody were to come out and their lyrics were geared around that topic, then yeah, they might be like, yo, oh, by the way, I'm into this. But again, like if they're talking about some murder shit and stuff like that, they don't have to be like, oh, yo, by the way, I'm gay too. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like it's necessary. You know, I don't think because it's not part of the conversation. You're making it part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever Mr. C had to talk about it because he got caught on wax talking about it in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really think that Mr. C would be talking about this if he would have never been outed to begin with? We don't know, but I don't think the likelihood is not, because I mean they always talk about, even within the hip hop community, within the black community period, like when we talking about the NBA, we talking about the NFL and all that stuff, there's more gay people in those situations than you even know. But again, because they fear cancel culture, they fear what other people think, they remain silent. But again, like there's more, like, you really think there's no gay people in the NBA? You really there's no gay people in the NFL? You don't think some of these rappers
But
are gay?
Nick, you don't get canceled for being gay, bro. They actually get championed for coming out and being super duper themselves now. So that point is irrelevant, because a lot of people that come out as gay, they actually get more love.
That's very recent.
Sell more records.
They sell more records.
Grammy.
That person's so brave, and that's my point. Like, if that's all the case, why not start with that? Why not be that from jump? That's my only argument.
I don't have no problem with somebody that's identifying with who they are or what they are, if that doesn't affect the type of music or type of energy that they're giving. I don't care. Like, say if somebody don't talk about no gangster shit, they come out as whatever that has nothing to do with gangster shit, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
What about the gay gangsters?
I don't know nothing about that. That's not in my. That's not.
What about the gay gangsters out here?
I don't invest time to research gay gangsters.
Right? Let's even look at like Rick Ross. When everybody found out Rick Ross was a correctional officer, he when he finally decided to talk about it and he flipped it, it actually made him bigger.
Right.
So again, my point is, if that's what you were and are from the beginning, why are you hiding it?
Is he a gay gangster?
You're not real with yourself.
No.
That's what it boils down to. A lot of these entertainers are weird, like Marv says, weirdos and weirdo. Was it weirdos and weirdos? That's what they are.
Pretty much.
No, I can't call it. Like I said, they to each their own. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like
They're all theater students. Theater.
Mrs. C said he liked what he liked. Playboy Cardi,
More
bad.
More power to him.
My bad, A Boogie with a hoodie, whatever your name is. You know, I didn't mean to put that on you. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what you into, so be it. so be it. But like I said, the episode of Grownish, like I said, like I feel like that was a good episode for me because it forced the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like again, we had a conversation.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So we talked about it off air probably like 3 weeks ago. There was an episode of the show called Grownish, right? You know, say Yara Yashidi's in it, and one of the characters, he had participated in a threesome, and when he was talking about the threesome with his boys, it came out that he had a threesome with his girl and a boy, right? But the boy, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything with the guy. He just kissed the guy. Like he said we kissed.
Oh shit! I remember this. Oh yeah, I'm logging off. I'm logging off. Jesus Christ!
He was under the influence of Molly.
Yeah, he was.
It doesn't matter. You can be on the Molly, Holly, Dolly Parton, and still not do no weird shit like that.
All right. So yeah. So pretty much he was under the influence of Molly. He kissed another guy. He said that I didn't like it, so we didn't do anything else. His boys was like, "Oh, so you're gay, right?" And he was like, "No, I'm not gay. I'm straight." And the whole episode had to deal with him debating with his friends whether or not he pretty much they questioned his sexuality. Like they oscillated from.
He got his soul snatched by a man.
He was being straight to being bisexual to gay, and then he had to like, I didn't like what I did with the guy. Like I did it to try it. So I didn't like it, so I'm still straight. And so
does that make him a transsexual? Or is he still straight?
Curiosity.
I mean, that's what we were debating on, like off air. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I feel like, and I mean, we don't have to like go into details everything that we said, but I feel like that conversation was an important conversation because a lot of times the conversation is not had because again, it's like, okay, you have to have the discussion, but do you feel comfortable having the discussion? And again, like, who are we to question what someone says? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like again.
Well, we can have an opinion. It's not about
Yeah, you can definitely have an opinion.
Oh, I got a question. Did we talk about this?
We did. I remember that.
Can you be in one category and then switch over to the next category?
And lose.
Or once you in a category, you stuck in that category.
That's the problem we have. People aren't real about what category they're in. We wouldn't have this. We wouldn't even have these discussions if people would just be real about what category you want to be in.
Because if you transsexual and you try whatever, is there a point in life where you just stop trying and then you say, well, I'm bi or I'm gay or I'm straight or I'm transsexual or I'm non-binary or I'm queer, whatever all those, all the different alphabets. Like, are you able to jump from category to category?
Sexuality is a spectrum. I think it's a spectrum, and I feel like there is no right or wrong answer for that because again, it's that person's. We can't just like Marquis said. It's all about opinion. If that person, like if that guy on that show, if he really, really, really thinks he's straight, at the end of the day, no one can tell him anything different because that's his truth. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, yo, I'm straight. Like I said, the world can have a different opinion, but yo, at the end of the day, if you're not sleeping with him or her or whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people try to insinuate and say, okay, well, this person's this person's that. When if a person just like in this conversation came up when we and also we talked about Dwayne Wade's child, right? So the whole conversation of like, oh, well, what's up with that? Like people have their opinions on it. And again, I'm not going to speak on that because again, that's a child. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to question no one's child. I'm not going to say anything negatively or anything about a child. But again, that's my whole point. It's a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why is the topic of his son such a big conversation when at the end of the day, it's just a kid? At the end of the day, it shouldn't even really be up for debate because it's a child. Like to me, when adults are talking about a child's sexuality, when this kid itself has never on wax been like, yo, I like men, I like women. They just said he just said I identify as a girl. He never said I identify as a girl who likes men or I identify as a girl that likes a boy. He didn't say any of that. So it's like, like people who just make negative statements about it, I just question it because I'm like, yo, it's just a kid. Like, it's a kid. Like, why are we talking about a kid? There's so many other things we could be talking about rather than a kid. You know what I mean? So
like Kirk Franklin, grown ass son.
Yeah.
Yeah. What in the world is that about?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got this grown ass kid trying to expose his dad. You know what I'm saying? Like to keep that yo, my mama cursed me out. My mama cursed me out every day. Every day, my mom cursed me out.
He said every
day. What I'm saying? Every day, my mother cursed me out for something. On my mama, she cursed me out. She cursed me out 4 hours ago. I promise you, she cursed me. She cursed me out 4 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's it is what. It is what it is. Everyone's always trying to expose people. Everyone's trying to have an opinion about someone. It's like, to me, it's like, yo, it's not in our business. It's not at the end of the day, it's not in our business. You know what I'm saying? Like when you speak on, that's why, I want people to remove sexuality out of the equation, out of mad stuff, because it's nobody. To me, it's nobody's business. And I think if the sooner that we realize that, I think everyone will be better off. Like that's just me.
It's only people's business when people make it business for people to even discuss.
And they're celebrities.
A lot of this shit doesn't matter until the people involved in it decide to speak about it.
That's correct.
So we're only talking about it because somebody decided to say something. We're only talking about it because Mr. C decided to go on a fucking big ass podcast and talk about it. We're only talking about it because Playboy Cardi decided to say he chooses to identify with whatever the fuck he said. We're only talking about it because people are putting it on themselves to say it. Who gives a fuck about any of this shit until people start talking about it? We only have something to talk about because they said something.
Facts.
That's right.
I agree with you. Like I said, we don't stick to the topic at hand, yo. If it's about the music, let it be about the music. If it's about whatever, let it be about that. You know what I'm saying? Like keep all that stuff off wax.
He said, "Look at his face now." Remember that, Mark? Nigga. Yo, you stupid.
I can't wait till we can record like together again, because it's gonna be like that episode that we finally record like face to face. It's gonna be a movie, yo. I could tell. Did y'all pay attention to the Grammys at all, or not really? I really didn't pay that much attention to it.
Didn't even tune in.
I like the visual of
all I know is
during the pandemic.
Shout out to my nigga Nas.
That's the only thing I know.
Shout out to my nigga, but what's the name? Fuck it, who I said?
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard Burna Boy.
So yeah, Nas won a Grammy.
Who is this episode sponsored by? What he sipping?
I don't even know what they sipping on.
After hours, we're gonna show you all what we do. You know what After hours.
But yeah, so
are we saying it's no longer fuck the Grammys or what? Because I'm getting the general consensus is like they fuck with black people this year, so now we're not fuck the Grammys anymore.
I mean,
we stayed doing this shit. Gucci, we do it with fucking all this bullshit. It's always fuck something, and then we get acknowledged once, and then I was like, oh, the Grammys are great. It's fucking amazing.
Like
I think it's still fuck the Grammys.
Well, I don't think Roddy Ricch feel that way. Like rapper Roddy Ricch just won one, and he feels like, man, you know, this is something I grew up wanting all my life. My favorite rapper got 20-something Grammys, and now it's after Grammys. Like, I mean,
white people love that song.
White people love that song.
White people love that Roddy Ricch song.
Listen, man, we gonna get a Grammys a chance this time. We gonna tally up how many people from the culture that was supposed to win, and we're gonna talk about that later. Because right now it's too early. We still counting votes. So whatever I'm hearing right now, I heard Nas.
Count the votes.
I heard Nas.
Count the votes.
I heard Burna fucking Boy. Burna Boy, my nigga. What the fuck? Burna Boy? Nigga, and now you saying fucking who we said, Charles?
Roddy Ricch.
Bruh. We gotta count it up.
White people love that. White people love that song, yo. That's all I say.
I don't give a fuck. So, that shit was for us though, nigga. Them three niggas I just named off of just hearing about it. I didn't watch the Grammy, so that's for us. Like Nas, nigga, Nas.
So to provide context, and then like I said,
Nas should have got a Grammy many years ago.
Right, but so the Grammys has been historically run by white men, right? So now the Grammy chair is
old white men.
Yeah, so the Grammy chair is black this year. They're black, and then the person who produced the Grammys, he produced all the BET awards from all the past ones. So the way the Grammys look, the way they curated and everything, even the aesthetic of it was because it was seen from the perspective of somebody other than an old white man, right? So
let's see if we have this same energy next year. That's all I'll say.
And he even said, he made the statement, because you know the chairman of the Grammy always makes a speech. He said, like, he was like, I know how it's been in the past, but things are different now.
What is she doing?
I don't know. Give us a chance. So I mean, it's even this year, there's people that should have won awards who didn't win awards. Like they use people's star power and their influence to draw more people to the Grammys.
Exactly.
Like you talk about like Beyonce, for example. Beyonce
Ain't nobody.
Yesterday they pointed out that now she's won the most Grammys ever. Pretty much as a female Grammy like this. She's like highest Grammy winner for all women, right? How come she's never won Record of the Year? She's never won Song of the Year. Like she won a Grammy yesterday for the Savage remix with Megan. You know what I'm saying? So they'll give you
because white people love that song.
Yeah, they'll give you something like that. But when it comes to really be like, yo, okay, I'm gonna give you this person deserves album of the year, song of the year. How come we never get that? It's historically not just the Grammys, all of these award shows. When it comes to like movie of the year or like record of the year, it always be something that you never ever heard of. They'll be like, Thomas Nelson Band. And you be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that? You'll be like, yo, yeah, like it'll be out the blue, and they'll be like, everyone, you guys look at them, and they look so they put the video on a person, and they look so shocked, and they're like, yo, why the hell did I win this? Like, I'm not supposed to win this, but you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like Billie Eilish yesterday, she was like, she thought, like she said, yo, I really thought Megan was going to win this. I don't even know why I'm up here. You know what I'm saying? Like even some people they say that stuff because they're like, yo, why are you not giving this person? Clearly they outsold me. They're a bigger name. Like
I thought you was about to come for my girl. Don't come for Billie Eilish.
Nah, I like Billie. I like Billie. I like Billie.
I don't even know one song of that by that lady. That's a young girl, right?
You need to turn that Billie Eilish up, boy.
She only singing one octave though. She only singing one octave though. But that octave's cool though.
All I'm saying is y'all know how many songs Beyonce have better than the song. Come on, man. Like,
can she even sing?
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Billie can sing. She can sing, but she don't got nothing on like a Jasmine Sullivan. She don't got nothing on a Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? She can carry a little tune. You know what I'm saying?
So that's her music. Is her music good?
It's a different style. It's a different style of music. It ain't.
I mean,
it's not soulful.
Target music.
It's not
target music.
Let
me stop. Because I don't even know I don't even know her music, so I ain't.
It's
H&M music.
HC, same shit. H&M, Forever 21.
Yeah.
Aeropostale.
We all know about that. We all know about that. But yeah, man. So it was interesting. Shout out to Nas. Kudos to Burna Boy. Definitely props, you know what I'm saying? Everyone, you know, I'm like Wale, I'm always rooting for everyone who's black, you know what I'm saying? So everybody who did their thing, you know, shout out, you know what I'm saying? Like again, Grammys, get your shit together next year. The Oscars, whatever. They slide, it's like they announced the Oscars, but it's still a thing. Like some of these movies, they didn't give props. But that's a whole nother conversation. We'll go ahead and get ready to wrap up though. You know what I'm saying? This was a good episode. As always, so before we log off, make sure that you guys subscribe to all of our socials. We are on all of the major platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter. You can always check out the recorded version of this feed on Fridays on YouTube. All of that stuff will be in the link in the description of this video when you join us on YouTube. Other than that, shout out to Marv and his guest. You know, thank you for your commentary. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, pour a cup for us. We definitely would like what y'all drinking on. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, appreciate y'all. And we will check you guys out later. Peace.
Yay.
Shop Intrepid Genius.
We be clubbing.
Oh, yeah. www.intrepidgenius.com.
We be clubbing.
Oh, yo. For that ass.